This is The Scoop for Thursday.
Good morning. I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines. Hillsborough County received an award of $4.6 million towards ending youth homelessness. WMNF Chris Young reports that the federal funding was announced in Tampa yesterday.
The funds were given to the Tampa-Hillsborough County Continuum of Care, or COC. Federal funds were also announced for Miami-Dade County. Jameen Bryan is the Deputy Assistant Secretary for the Office of Special Needs for the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. She presented the award at the Children's Board of Hillsborough County building.
The Tampa-Hillsborough County COC is receiving its award of $4.6 million.
Tampa Mayor Jane Castor spoke to the crowd.
We come together to celebrate, and we have a lot of reasons to celebrate, but we also come together when there are issues that need to be addressed. And homelessness is one of those critical issues in our community.
According to the Tampa-Hillsborough Homeless Initiative, 2,040 people were reported as being homeless in the region in February. During a roundtable discussion, many leaders involved in homeless initiatives spoke about issues facing Hillsborough County. Sarah Kane is the housing program manager for Catholic Charities.
So money is beautiful, getting extra dollars, getting those programs put into place, housing our people. But then when that runs out and they're looking at self-sufficiency as nil because the rent has now gone up $1,000 more than what it was at their last lease term.
A board of youth who've experienced homelessness will lead community efforts from this funding. For WMNF News, I'm Chris Young in Tampa.
According to a press release, detectives have arrested 25-year-old Dontarius Garrett of St. Petersburg for sexually assaulting two victims under 12 years of age. Garrett faces 9 counts of capital sexual battery, 3 counts of transmission of harmful material to a minor, and 1 count of lewd and lascivious exhibition. Detectives arrested Garrett on September 8th. After the arrest, they developed additional information that led them to believe Garrett could be responsible for victimizing other children who have not come forward. St. Petersburg police encourage any parent or guardian whose child may have come into contact with Garrett to speak with their child. If there's any information that would be helpful to the current investigation or you feel your child may have been a please call St. Petersburg Police Department at 727-893-7780 or text your tip to tip 411. The State University System Board of Governors took a step yesterday in carrying out a controversial new law that includes requiring designation of restrooms for exclusive use by females and exclusive use by males. Governor Ron DeSantis signed the law in May amid a series of measures in Florida and other states focused on transgender people. The Board of Governors approved moving forward with a notice of intent to adopt new regulation about the designation of restrooms or having unisex restrooms. Universities are required to provide documentation certifying their compliance with the law by April 1st. Amanda Phelan, a member of the Board of Governors who is also a professor at University of Florida, voted against moving forward with the regulation. Equality Florida, an LGBTQ advocacy organization, said in a statement after the legislature approved the law in May that it, quote, perpetuates discrimination and exclusion of transgender Floridians by prohibiting gender-inclusive restrooms and changing rooms, unquote, in schools and other facilities. The State Board of Education, which oversees the 28 schools in the public college system, passed a similar rule in August. State colleges are required to have separate bathrooms and changing rooms based on biological sex at birth under the new rule. Governor Ron DeSantis issued an executive order yesterday suspending Jefferson County Clerk of Courts Kirk Grimes, who was arrested on felony charges involving improper use of county money. Reams and 2 other men were accused of defrauding Jefferson County out of more than $800,000, according to a news release from the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. The FDLE began investigating in 2021 after receiving reports of alleged crimes. The news release said the allegations involve such things as Reams using a county purchasing card to pay for travel expenses not related to his office, misappropriating funds from a county bank account, and being involved in a kickback scheme. Reams was arrested yesterday on charges of grand theft and organized scheme to defraud, according to information filed by State Attorney Jack Campbell. Also charged were Warren Charles Culp Jr., who is a financial consultant to the Clerk of Court, and Justin Tyler McNeil, a former deputy clerk of courts, according to the FDLE news release. The Biden administration says it's granting temporary legal status to hundreds of thousands of Venezuelans already in the country. The move yesterday to give Venezuelans who arrived in the country as of July 31st temporary protected status essentially makes it easier and faster for them to get authorization to work. That's been a key demand of Democratic mayors and governors struggling to care for an increased number of migrants in their care. Venezuelans account for a large number of the migrants who've been arriving in the country in recent years. Eagle Pass, Texas has announced a state of emergency over what it calls a severe undocumented immigrant surge. Prosecutors in Colorado say 2 Denver area police officers who put Elijah McClain in a neck hold ignored his pleas that he could not breathe. He was later injected with ketamine, a powerful sedative, and pronounced dead 3 days after going into cardiac arrest on his way to the hospital. A trial that started yesterday against the officers is the first of several stemming from the death of the 23-year-old McClain. The 2019 confrontation became a rallying cry for nationwide protests and spurred police reform. For the weather, it's mild and cloudy in the Tampa Bay area. Highs today just below 90. Overnight lows in the lower 70s. Possible showers later today. I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines on 88.5 FM and the WMNF app.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.